or the norm when you come to a standard name of a guy in the world that we live in. So I would say that would be why it's a distinctive black name, because it's not normal as far as like in comparison to a David or a Charles and stuff like that, or even a Michael.
No, I agree. How do you feel about having a black name?
Uh, that's a good question too, because I had this conversation when I had my second son, and we were talking about what were we gonna name him, because I always wanted a junior. Like growing up, I always wanted a junior. But then that's when the name thing came into play, and it's like, but do I want people to know that my son is African American when they look at his resume? Like, do I want him to have that somebody to prejudge him prior to meeting him? And the answer to that was no. So now both of my sons, I don't have a junior. Both of my sons are named Jeremiah and Josiah. And with those two names, like, you won't know who's going to walk through that door until they walk through the door. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, do I like my name? Yeah, I love my name. I love being DeAndre. I love being Andre. I love being Dre. Do I feel like some people probably have had a like prejudge me based off my name as far as like jobs goes? I'm pretty sure some people have. But have I experienced that firsthand? I would say no. Because nobody's physically, in my face, shown me any type of discrimination as far as my name. I haven't seen it. But do I believe it had happened in the past? Yeah, for sure. Because it was, for a while, I was looking for a job, I'll say for about a year. And it was like I was just applying. And I'm knowing I'm qualified. I was even applying for different positions that I was overqualified for, just so I could make some funds and to have some money in my pocket. And it took almost over a year, for me to actually solidify a gig. And even when I did get that job, it wasn't even the job that I wanted. It was just a job so I could provide. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see any other reason why it took that long, for me to get a gig. Because the jobs were there, I was applying, so that means they were open. And other than that, I don't see any other reason. And it would get to the point where I wasn't even getting callbacks, and that's really odd when you don't get a callback from a job you apply or even an email. So yeah, so that definitely came into play when I named my boys, because I still want a junior. You know what I'm saying?
I know you can. Right.
But yeah, that definitely plays a role, man, especially in the future. and knowing what we're dealing with as black men in America, like it's so much that's held against us. I don't want to be. I don't want one of the reasons to be your name. You know what I mean? Like your name at all. But yeah.
No, you made a couple of good points.
I want to say one thing too, Mike.
Go ahead.
And I actually like my name over what my mom was gonna name me. So she was gonna name me Cody, and she always talks about how she was gonna name me Cody. And my aunt pretty much talked her out of it, like, yeah, don't name that boy Cody. Like, please don't do that. So yeah, I prefer DeAndre over Cody any day.
Is there a meaning associated with DeAndre other than your auntie talking her out of it?
No, I don't think so. I think my mom and my aunt, just had a how, they talk about baby names, what you think we should name them, X, Y, and Z. And I think they just came up with DeAndre. And that was the final, the final name that they came up with and everybody was comfortable with. And here I
am. Okay. A second ago, you mentioned, like, you've attributed to not getting the call back for over a year in part to your name. When you, I know you can't speculate, but how do you think potential employers react or perceive you when they see your name on your resume?
They know how back that I'm black, like totally. Like it's not, it would be no speculation or, no other outcome to, me being DeAndre and me being African American. You totally know that I'm African American when you get it. So if they're biased, toward not having African Americans, or biased toward having a specific, amount of African Americans, or even biased to the fact of not wanting to work with African Americans. When they see that name, they of course put my resume on the bottom of the pile, if not throwing it away.
Okay. So to avoid that, you gave your sons more common names so that you know.
Exactly. So they won't be subject to that at all.
Okay. No, that was definitely a strategic move on your behalf. With regards to your name, how do you think teachers reacted, or how did teachers react when you were in school?
Um, Man, majority of my life I had black teachers as well. Um, I went to St. Clotilde, St. Elizabeth, Revis, Lewisworth, and Hales. So, and all of those schools, I had majority, black teachers. At Hales, it was a Catholic high school, so we had, fathers. Majority of our fathers were white, Asian. So those are also my teachers. But I don't think I've had any type of discrimination toward me, as far as education, with my name. It seems like an education is all about what you got in your brain. It don't matter what your name is. You could be Sierra Miss, you could be Billy Bob, but it's either you're going to make these grades or you're not. So when it came to education, it was all about the books. It wasn't even about me. You know what I mean? It was about the lesson. So I would say, nah, I didn't see any difference with my teachers.
Okay. In your professional experience, do you think that others make assumptions about your background based on your name?
I would say so, because whatever prior bias, thoughts they have about African Americans, period, when they see my name, they're gonna definitely think those things about me.
Has anybody ever acted in a way where you could tell that they had a negative reaction or association?
No, I would actually say the opposite, which was still kind of insulting, um, because people would see like, okay, his name is DeAndre, and then when I enter the room, I'm really vocal, and I'm articulate, and people would say, well, you're very well spoken, or you speak well, you should be, like take a profession as far as like being a reverend or a pastor or a politician and stuff like that. But it's like they almost expected me to be uh, uh, an ignorant person, or lack of a better word, to be stupid, because simply that my name was DeAndre. And then when I came in and showed them, who DeAndre was, it was like they were relieved almost. And they would say it to me as if it was a compliment, but I would take it as if they expected me to be less than what I actually was.
Yeah, I'm learning that these microaggressions are typically common when dealing with non-black people.
Yeah.
Uh, do you believe that others would view your knowledge, skills, and abilities differently if you had a different name?
I feel like I have more opportunity, to prove myself as an individual. Um, I would say that. I feel like I would definitely have more opportunity if I had a more common name.
How so?
I feel like people just take a chance. They'll see that resume and see John Holmes, and like, okay, let's see what John's about. But they see my resume, DeAndre Holmes. Okay, well, I know DeAndre is black. Okay, and that'll be the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, we know he's black. Um, but if my name was John, they actually have to speak to me. So then they'll call me, and then they'll hear my voice, and they're like, okay, well, he sounds pretty intelligent. He sounds pretty articulate. So let's get him in here for an interview. And then they wouldn't know until I'm there, And then when I'm there for the interview, I pretty much got you now. Once I walk through that door, it's all about showing you why I deserve to be in the building with you. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'll just have that opportunity to prove myself as a person if I had a more common name, or possibly if I had a more common name.
Okay. In regards to your name, is there anything else that you would like to share?
No, not really. Pretty cool name.
No argument there, man. No argument there. All right. Well, that just about concludes our interview for this afternoon.
Okay, cool.